वालेकुम अली, क्या हाल है आपका?
Walaikum assalam. I'm fine. How are you, Amra?
I'm pretty good, thank you. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to start out by asking you कि आप क्या करती हैं? इस वक्त आप क्या कर रही हैं? What is your profession?
Basically, I've been teaching for a while now, and then I started painting, and I do portraits and calligraphy.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, ये बताएं कि how did you discover that you are an artist?
जी बचपन से ही drawing here and there, taking pens and drawing all over the place. And my mother also used to paint a lot. तो उनका भी काफी influence है.
It must not have been so difficult for you to convince your parents that you want to be an artist, that you want to study art. Did you actually go and study art, or did you study something else?
I went to NCA. They really encouraged me.
Acha, that's
My
good.
father, especially, and my mother, both of them, they were like, "You must go, and this is your calling, and just do it."
ये तो बहुत ही अच्छी बात है, जबरदस्त. Tell me about your journey. Tell me something about how you discovered what kind of art you wanted to do.
I was one of the top art students at school. I was always getting the awards and the certificates for best student in art. But फिर जब NCA गई तो then we decided कि मैं graphic design करूँगी. My parents and I said कि this will be more viable. So I did that, and then I worked as a designer as well, freelance, and in web departments in different places and advertising companies for a while. Then I had children. Then I was like, अच्छा चलो फिर पढ़ा लेते हैं because 9 to 5 तो नहीं हो रहा था ना मेरे से. So then I did teaching, and then I studied further, and then I went into teaching into colleges and universities. And now, during the pandemic, I just started taking up painting seriously. It's been just my second year.
Wonderful. I think pandemic ने काफी लोगों को काफी सारी चीजें जो हैं वो अपने बारे में डिस्कवर करने का मौका दिया है. I mean that's a silver lining, right? Pandemic की.
Yes, it's like an outlet.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. I'm really glad कि आपने पेंट करना शुरू किया. I'm also showing your art while we're talking. तो आप हमें कोई बताएं any specific pieces that you are really interested in talking about?
So there's this gold Allah, and there's a blue background behind it. That's
Right.
actually a tribute to my mother, because this is kind of the theme that she would take, and she would explore all these textures and colors. So this is like made with gold dust and some craft material, and it was really one of her most popular pieces.
Tell me about your mother.
She's very ill now. She's paralyzed,
Oh, I'm so
but
sorry to hear that.
yeah, yeah, it's a little hard, but सब मिलजुल के we're taking care of her. She she's very talented, and she used to paint so well. And one of my first memories is her sitting in her art class. She wasn't a teacher; she was a student. और मैं छोटी सी थी और मैं उनके साथ जाती थी सीखने. So I just look at her painting and working with pastels and all these craft materials. तो वो बड़ा amazing था. And she painted a lot. She did a lot of calligraphy, a lot of Sufi themes before they were popular. I just have her on my mind. जैसे ये एक दूसरी painting है मैडम नूरजहान वाली. My mother used to love मैडम नूरजहान. बहुत ज़्यादा उनके गाने और उनकी biographies पढ़ रही होती थी.
So
Then I read up on her, and I was so impressed because she was a feminist, and Madam Nurjan lived life on her own terms. She didn't care कि क्या लोग कहेंगे, क्या करेंगे. She just was true to herself, and her spirit was so strong. And she was such a beautiful person, and her voice and her face, everything was just gorgeous. So I depicted her as a Mughal princess playing a sitar. And I've written Faiz Saab's poetry, which is in her song in it.
it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Another lovely piece. So yeah, let's go ahead. Anything else you want to discuss?
There's one calligraphy, and it's got a bird on it. And I was reading about Cyrus the Great's life, and there was this, they talked about this legendary bird. It's called the Homa. It's a myth. So whoever is under its shadow when it flies over becomes king. So I just thought, wow, that's such a cool concept. So I drew this Homa, the bird, and the calligraphy says Yeki Bood, Yeki Nabud, which in Farsi means once upon a time. It's
Okay.
written in green, and there's a sky background.
Yes, I'm showing it. It's beautiful.
So
very interesting.
Thank you. And then I really wanted to add a dimension to it. So I nailed down 3 or 4 canvases, one on top of each other. So the painting has this 3D look to it as
Yes,
much as possible,
right.
layering the canvases.
And what
together.
is this hand that's coming out? Is this a hand?
Oh, it's a sculpture of a hand coming out. We just thought that, okay, zyada 3D look aa jayegi, and it's like a golden hand. And it's just it adds to the myth, about Midas, the king, who whatever he touched turned to gold.
Acha, very, very, very interesting. It's very unique. I find your art to be very unique actually. आपने जो pieces भेजे हैं ना, it's very different from all the other people that I've interviewed. आपका art बिल्कुल ही different है. Go ahead and tell us more about something else, another piece.
Actually, I'm quite offbeat, and I don't really think about कि अच्छा क्या चल रहा है और क्या नहीं चल रहा, जो दिमाग में आया बस पेंट कर दिया, जो निकला वो कर दिया. एंड आई ऑल्सो हैव अ बैकग्राउंड ऑफ ग्राफिक डिजाइन, तो वो फिर उसी में डिजाइन में ही मैं बहुत ज्यादा कंसिडर करती हूँ कि अच्छा फ्रेम में सही है, इसका डायमेंशन ठीक है, इसके फॉन्ट्स अच्छे लग रहे हैं, ऑल ऑफ दैट. And I want to talk about this painting, and it's another calligraphy. It's a Kufic calligraphy. इसमें हसन और हुसैन का लफ्ज एंड में आ रहा है. There's a colleague of mine. He's a very good colleague. His name is Musa, and he had been encouraging me to paint portraits professionally. I was teaching with him in TMUC, and he was the first person to tell me that do portraits, do calligraphy. It's up. अगर पढ़ाई से आप पढ़ाने से आप बोर हो रही, start painting, because you have that aptitude. So he very kindly commissioned 2 paint calligraphies from me, and this is one of them. It's a Kufic script, and at the background, I tried doing some marbling or Ebru, जो Turkish marbling style होता है, वो मैंने अपनी तरफ से ना YouTube खोल के कर लिया था. So it came out very soft. It's a soft blue background with the bold Kufic letters in the foreground. And then there's another one about, Usman Mukhtar, that famous drama guy. He's actually our very old neighbor. अच्छा, तो बचपन से मैं उसे देख रही हूँ, तो हम तो उसे आई वाज लाइक जोई, आई वांट टू पेंट यू, क्योंकि मुझे बस करने हैं पोर्ट्रेट्स. तो ही सेड हाँ प्लीज आप करें. एंड ही जस्ट सेंड मी दिस फोटोग्राफ ऑफ हिम. He's been basically making movies, and he's been since he was very young. I think he was 18 or 20 when he started directing his own short film. Or he's really trained. He knows 3D graphics, he knows 2D graphics, he knows how to shoot movies. बहुत talented है. Usman Mukhtar is probably the most talented person I know. Is this the one जिसके अंदर वो smoke कर रहा है बंदा and वो Superman? Yes. He's got a cigarette in his hand, and it's a shot from his short film. He's playing this character. And my sister, because they were neighbors, they were very close, they are very close friends, and she also acted in it. This was way before he was famous, तो वो अपनी short movies बनाता था. It's been lovely discussing your art with you. बहुत ही अच्छा आपका मुझे लगा है art, and I want to thank you for being here with us. खुदा हाफिज़.